The clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness. When one tugs at a single thing in nature, he finds it attached to the rest of the world. The mountains are calling, and I must go. Climb the mountains and get their good tidings. Nature's peace will flow into you as sunshine flows into trees. The winds will blow their own freshness into you, and the storms their energy, while cares will drop away from you like the leaves of autumn. Thousands of tired, nerve-shaken, over-civilized people are beginning to find out that going to the mountains is going home, that wildness is a necessity. The world's big, and I want to have a good look at it before it gets dark. And into the forest I go, to lose my mind and find my soul. I only went out for a walk, and finally concluded to stay out till sundown, for going out, I found, was really going in. I am losing precious days. I am degenerating into a machine for making money. I am learning nothing in this trivial world of men. I must break away and get out into the mountains to learn the news. In every walk with nature one receives far more than he seeks. The sun shines not on us but in us. The world, we are told, was made especially for man, a presumption not supported by all the facts. Of all the paths you take in life, make sure a few of them are dirt. As long as I live, I'll hear waterfalls and birds and winds sing. I'll interpret the rocks, learn the language of flood, storm, and the avalanche. I'll acquaint myself with the glaciers and wild gardens, and get as near the heart of the world as I can. This grand show is eternal. It is always sunrise somewhere. The dew is never all right at once. A shower is forever falling. Vapor is ever rising. Eternal sunrise, eternal sunset, eternal dawn and gloaming, on sea and continents and islands, each in its turn, as the round earth rolls. The power of imagination makes us infinite. Between every two pines is a doorway to a new world. Handle a book as a bee does a flower, extract its sweetness, but do not damage it. Going to the mountains is going home. We are now in the mountains and they are in us, kindling enthusiasm, making every nerve quiver, filling every pore and cell of us. Everybody needs beauty, places to play in, and pray in where nature may heal, and cheer and give strength to the body and soul alike. Going to the woods is going home. Most people are on the world, not in it, have no conscious sympathy or relationship to anything about them, undiffused, separate, and rigidly alone like marbles of polished stone, touching but separate. Another glorious day. The air is delicious to the lungs as nectar to the tongue. There is a love of wild nature in everybody, an ancient mother love showing itself, whether recognized or no, and however covered by cares and duties. Earth has no sorrow that earth cannot heal. How glorious a greeting the sun gives the mountains. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Everybody needs beauty as well as bread, places to play in and pray in, where nature may heal and cheer and give strength to body and soul alike. There is not a fragment in all nature, for every relative fragment of one thing is a full harmonious unit in itself. Hidden in the glorious wildness like unmined gold. Nothing truly wild is unclean. When we tug at a single thing in nature, we find it attached to the rest of the world. Thousands of tired, nerve-shaken, over-civilized people are beginning to find out that going to the mountains is going home, that wildness is a necessity, and that mountain parks and reservations are useful not only as fountains of timber and irrigating rivers, but as fountains of life. This time it is real, all must die, and where could mountaineer find a more glorious death? When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe. When we contemplate the whole globe as one great dewdrop, striped and dotted with continents and islands, flying through space with other stars all singing and shining together as one, the whole universe appears as an infinite storm of beauty. We all travel the Milky Way together, trees and men. Few places in this world are more dangerous than home. Fear not, therefore, to try the mountain passes. They will kill care, save you from deadly apathy, set you free, and call forth every faculty into vigorous, enthusiastic action. Not blind opposition to progress, but opposition to blind progress. Yet how hard most people work for mere dust and ashes and care, taking no thought of growing in knowledge and grace, never having time to get in sight of their own ignorance. Who wouldn't be a mountaineer? Up here all the world's prizes seem nothing. I care to live only to entice people to look at nature's loveliness. Spring work is going on with joyful enthusiasm. One should go to the woods for safety, if for nothing else. One day's exposure to mountains is better than a cartload of books. Every hidden cell is throbbing with music and life, every fiber thrilling like harp strings. God has cared for these trees, saved them from drought, disease, avalanches, and 1,000 tempests and floods. But he cannot save them from fools. No synonym for God is so perfect as beauty. Whether as seen carving the lines of the mountains with glaciers, or gathering matter into stars, or planning the movements of water, or gardening, still all is beauty. These temple destroyers, devotees of ravaging commercialism, seem to have a perfect contempt for nature, and, instead of lifting their eyes to the god of the mountains, lift them to the almighty dollar. How narrow we selfish, conceited creatures are in our sympathies. How blind to the rights of all the rest of creation. What a psalm the storm was singing, and how fresh the smell of the washed earth and leaves, and how sweet the still small voices of the storm. Most people who travel look only at what they are directed to look at. Great is the power of the guidebook maker, however ignorant. Raindrops blossom brilliantly in the rainbow and change to flowers in the sod, but snow comes in full flower direct from the dark frozen sky. Writing is like the life of a glacier, one eternal grind. Come to the woods, for here is rest. There is no repose like that of the green deep woods. Sleep and forgetfulness of all little. One learns that the world, though made, is yet being made, that this is still the morning of creation, that mountains long conceived are now being born, channels traced for coming rivers, basins hollowed for lakes. Wander a whole summer, if you can. Time will not be taken from the sum of your life. Instead of shortening, it will definitely lengthen it and make you truly immortal. Walk away quietly in any direction and taste the freedom of the mountaineer. The wrongs done to trees, wrongs of every sort, are done in the darkness of ignorance and unbelief, for when the light comes, the heart of the people is always right. I ran home in the moonlight with firm strides, for the sun love made me strong. Anyhow, we never know where we must go, nor what guides we are to get. People, storms, guardian angels, or sheep. All the world was before me, and every day was a holiday, so it did not seem important to which one of the world's wildernesses I first should wander.